what I want to really talk to you about today is the proper alignment in your body for squat. It's really important, especially to save your knees. This is a functional exercise, which means that this is the exercise that will help you through your daily life. Whether you pick up a box or you sit in a chair, everything is from a squat. So let's go. The main thing about the squat is you don't want to bend over. You want to drive your butt back, and that's probably the hardest thing for people to realize when they start to do the squat. You also want your arms in front most of the time, unless you have a bar on your back, but that's for advanced. You want your arms in front, which allows for the balance when you drive your hips back to get your arms in front. So let's start. Legs should be shoulder width apart. You can do them a little bit wider, but I suggest about shoulder width apart. Toes are forward. The main thing is to tighten that core and get in the proper neutral stance. So what it looks like from the side is you don't start a squat from this position, and you definitely don't want the hips rotated forward or the shoulders rotated forward. You will not be able to perform a proper squat. So you want to get the hips back, neutral spine, shoulders back, nice athletic stance. The main thing you want to think about is driving your hips back rather than bending forward or bending down. That is the key, driving the hips back. What this does is this keeps the knees directly over your toes, so you're not driving your knees forward. That is where people go wrong on their squats. So let's start again. Drive the hips back, put the hands forward. You will see that my knee is not going forward, it's staying right there. Okay, you can go really as far as you want, and then you want to come back and start all over again. One more time, drive the hips back. Of course, you will hinge at the hip, so you're using your hip joint, but you don't want to bend over. When you're squatting, again, I talked about driving the hips back, so you'll see that my knees are not going forward, they're staying right over top. All that's happening is I'm bending to 90 degrees, and then I want you to lift your toes a little bit and make sure all the weight is in the back of your heel. That's how you check to see if you're doing a proper squat. So you can go all the way down, my knees are not driving forward, and I'm quite comfortable. I'm strengthening my quadriceps and my hamstrings, and I come right back up. All right, so that's the proper form. Work at it. You can also try in a chair, so I'll just demonstrate quickly. If you want to have a bench behind you, you can go back and come back up. If you need to sit down, you can even sit down on the bench and come back up. All right, so that's proper form as well, sitting on a bench. Either way, whether you want to try it without a bench or with a bench, you can work at strengthening your quadriceps and your hamstrings. All right, good luck.